Hey y'all, I'm Laura Jensen. Welcome to my butcher shop here at Jensen Reserve. With the rising price of meats, we're going to start a series that shows you guys how that you can cut your own meat at home. So today what we're starting with is a brisket. This is a USDA choice brisket from our Braveheart line. We'll talk about the whole brisket, the point, the plate, and then how you can trim it up yourself to throw it on your grill at home. So hang tight, let me get the camera a little closer, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, y'all, we're back. So we've got a little closer view of this entire brisket for you. I'm gonna bust into it and let's see what we have. Grab my little cheap knife for this plastic because I don't like to use my good knives on plastic. And you can tell this is definitely not a good knife. So let's get into the bag here. Wow, that's not a good knife. All right, I always like to keep a couple paper towels handy because you do sometimes have blood that comes out of the package. I do a little dance here where we pull this out, and then I will usually set it on the paper towel to grab the extra blood, fold that up, and we'll step that over here to the trash can. All right, here we have a whole brisket. Let's go ahead and clean some of the blood off of it. Boy, this is pretty. So if you wanted to, you could throw this on your grill just like this. You do not have to trim it up. You do not have to cut it in half. It is a little challenging to cook, but I know that you grill masters are pretty amazing and you'll be able to time it out right. So if you ever heard the lingo plate or point or flat or point, then this is what they're talking about. If you look at it here, you can guess which one is the plate, which one is the point. So if you have folks that only want half the brisket, then you typically want to cut it in half wherever you think that good mark is, and then you have a plate and a point to work with. So let's do that first. So what I'm looking at is the rise of the meat here. If you get too far over here, you're going to end up with that thickness problem that I just was talking about on your plate. Sorry about that. So if you noticed, I was very specific and precise in my cut. I pushed down, touched my cutting board, come all the way across in a clean as cut as possible. And that made us a really nice cut. Ooh. And these are only choice. How about that? That's a beautiful, beautiful brisket. All right. So what do we do from here? Now we want to clean it up a little bit. We've got some yellow here, a little bit of extra fat here. So I'm just going to take that off just a little bit. By the way, this knife is considered a breaking knife. This is our biggest knife in the butcher shop and our favorite to cut steaks with. Sharp knives make all the difference, and cutting boards make a huge difference. If you cut on this table, every time this blade touches the table, it's going to roll that blade just a little bit, therefore dulling your equipment, so you don't want that. What I'm looking at right here is we have brown and slight discoloration. I personally don't care for that, so we want to come in here and trim this. Now you can throw this in a pan as a little snack. You can grind it if you're a grinder kind of person. Or if you just don't like the discoloration, you don't have to eat it. So we got a nice clean cut there. This I think will be okay just because after you grill it, that's really not going to hurt anything. Do we have any discoloration here? Not enough that I'm really going to worry about taking it down. Check this edge, we're fine. Check over here, you do have some yellow and some brown here. So let's check our fat cap. Tough call on that, and the reason I say that is our fat cap is not very big, so if I take this off, I'm taking off your good fat cap, and that's not really a good thing. So I think on this one I would let it roll just like this so that you have a great fat cap to cook with. So there you go, there's your first plate. Now let's move on to the point. Same idea on the point. I'm looking, evaluating it for discoloration. I'm looking at fat. Don't love the color of this fat, but once again, you're not talking about a huge amount of fat to work with. So we do have a little more fat here. Let's see if I can take this down a little bit just because we have this room. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. One of the first things I always tell people that come into the butcher shop and want to work with me is, you know, don't worry if it's a cut that you're not in love with. You know, it's all going to taste the same at the end. So, you know, do what you like, and if it's something that you say, man, I wish I would, then change it for next time. No big deal. It doesn't ruin the meat just because the cut is not ideal perfect for you. That did make that a little prettier in my opinion. Don't love this yellow here, but again, you're not working with a whole lot of fat caps. So I gotta say, overall on this carcass for this cow, it's got excellent marbling, some fat, but not a ton. Let's see if I can take that down just a little bit over here, just because I'm not in love with the yellow. And then let me just clean it up a little. I'm going to get up under my cutting board again, just so I don't roll the edge of my knife. Alright, so y'all, that is really how easy it is to cut your own brisket. How many cuts did I make? I mean, come on, that's really not hardly anything. These guys are both ready to go on the grill for you. Get that little piece of packaging off of there. We'll vacuum seal these and have them available in the store here at the farm store for you by tomorrow. And then if you have any questions about how to do this or want to buy a whole brisket to save yourself some money, just let us know. Thank you for watching.